What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. I'm back again with another pickups video. It feels like it's compared to how I normally do these. Past few videos I've done, I've been quite close to each other, which it's a good and bad thing. It's good thing because it's more content for you guys. It's a bad thing because it feels like for the more I keep that out, the more I've got to sort of stick to that, which I the way I look at it is if I do two, like say this month, if I do two videos this month, I can sort of relax next month because I've done two this month. I'm trying to sort of at least do 12, if you will, like once a month sort of thing, pick up wise. Which I think me doing games and DVDs, like nerdy stuff, it's helping. Because it seems like it's like if I put up three games, I'll just put in the collection. If I know I've got a stack of things to show, I'll sort of do it. That's why I'm here. I'm here for a pickups video. Now, I've got quite, it seems like a normal amount for me. I've got 3 Vita games, 6 PS4 games, some Xbox One games, some DVDs, and a console. I'll do the console first because it's there. Now it's strange, like with me, the way I collect is a lot of the games I've got are for systems I haven't got yet. So I sort of, where most people might buy the console, then some games, or buy a bulk, where they buy a console and say a couple of games to start off with. With me, for a lot of my systems, I bought games, then I need consoles for. And this is one of them. This one weren't so bad, in the sense. I'll show you what it is. I'll tell you why it wasn't so bad, and that's a PS1. It has got all the cables with it, an analog controller, and I got the deal on this from Ali at Retro Hunter. For good price, and he actually gave me the memory card for free. Now, the reason it was so bad, me not straight away getting this, was because I got a PS3 hooked up, and obviously, I know the original Fat Boy PS3 is up to the 80 if I remember correctly, it's backwards compatible with PS1 and 2, where anything sort of after is backwards compatible with PS1 games. So it weren't sort of too bad, but it's being a collector / gamer, it's nice to have the real thing, and it's not this. Minus it actually being in a box, it's not too bad. It's grey and not fucking yellow. And it being from Elliot Retro Hunter, I know it's. I actually know it's gonna work because I know he's sort of. If you live in sort of Basildon, if you live in sort of the Essex area, sort of close to Southend, you know Elliot Retro Hunter. And you know he doesn't sell shit, basically. You know he doesn't. If it doesn't work, he won't put it out. And if it's sort of that, if it's a game, it's missing a manual or it's not the best condition, he does price accordingly. Or if you're a regular, he looks after you with pricing. Or he might give you, say, if you bought say a NES game, N64 game, PS1 game, and say a Game Boy game, he might give the Game Boy game for free. I've got a couple of free things. I've got a couple of free games of him. He gave me like a SmackDown PS1 manual, and a WWF Attitude for the N64 Rumble Pack thing for free. So he does look after you. So I try. When it's been locked down, he's not open. Normal. He does like collect and deliveries. But I thought I'd give him sort of a sal. Help him out a bit, and not just order from CEX, where the rest of this stuff he is from, unfortunately. So yeah, I'll start off with the games, then I'll finish off with the DVDs. The first 3 games I'll shoot are for my beloved PlayStation Vita. These are two. There's a few of the shelf fillers in a way, but one of them is like a £10 game, so it's sort of kind of is it that borderline. But I'll show you these sort of first two. If you looked at them, you think shelf filler. And they are FIFA 15, which is the last the last FIFA game I needed for the Vita. It's strange because the Vita is reasonably expensive to take for now. I reckon 10-15 years it's one of the times that people are going to go for. I think it's because other games on the system are exclusive, or it's the sort of different version to play on, or Persona 4 Golden. That's the definitive way to play Persona 4. What else? Silent Hill Bitter Memories. That's exclusive. Uncharted Dawn of Abyss exclusive. So it's reasonably expensive. Sort of there. You look at there's some games retail 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 quid. And that's not including limited run games, which I like. I'm aware. I am one of those weird games that don't really want to do a limited run. If I see one at a reasonable price that I want, I'll get. But it's not. But I know people sort of strive to get all the limited run games. If I see one that's a decent price, I'll pick it up for a system I'll collect for. But it's not something I'm happy to have an entire Vita. In a perfect scenario anyway, and I put a complete Vita collection without limited run games. I'll be happy with that personally. It'd be nice to have them as a bonus, like when I do some Japanese import games. They're bonuses. So it's sort of it's what you do personally as a collector. For me, it's I'll take it or leave it. I'm not really chasing it. Next game I feel like I found a tangent there. Is Lego Chima Lara's Journey. I don't really do Lego games that much, so but apparently they're fucking easy trophies. And I know that you can do things like that, so that's handy. And the last video now I got is these sort of £10 range. When I was ordering this, I thought I'd get two fillers, one that in my budget that looks interesting. This was it, and it's a sequel to another video game which I haven't got yet, but eventually will get. But this is Operation Babel New Tokyo Legacy. Now a lot of these games I ordered, I already know about. I know stuff already about the game, or I do enough research to sort of pique interest, but not too much. It's ruined for me. But what I saw from this is basically it is on the fucking back, a dungeon crawling RPG. So you've got dungeon crawler games, perfect. You've got RPG games, perfect. This towards the back, and what I saw online, best of both worlds. And these sort of games, these style games, these Japanese style art games, I know this is NIS America, so it's not an actual from a Japanese studio, but it's these sort of games I think fit really well on the Vita. People might disagree, but I know a lot of people. For me, for the longest time, the Vita was the king of the indie machine. Then the fucking Switch turned up. And the same as these style games, these do really well, but obviously a lot of mainstream fucking companies go for the Vita, fucking the Switch. So it's really annoying. But there's people, I know there's people that obviously collectors that have some Vita games, but a shit ton of Switch games. With me, I have no Switch games, and I'm collecting the Vita, so I'm doing the opposite in a sense. I know there's some people that have more Vita games than me. I know some people that have fucking rarer Vita games than me. But me compared to most of the collectors out there, my collection is 3 times bigger. And most collectors in 5, 10, 15 years time, they look at someone like me and be jealous or want to try and get games from me. But me, no. I am the be like I'm the be like fucking Pharaoh in a sense and die with my fucking Vita collection in my fucking tomb. That's how it's gonna be. It's we see like Egyptian fucking documentaries. You see Pharaoh's fucking buried with the riches and fucking their family. Mate, I'm gonna be buried with my Vita collection. It's just the way it is. Next lot of games are 4 PS4. 6 games. One of these is a normal game in a sense. And the rest are either VR or VR compatible. As you know, I'm like my VR try to do VR games. First one is, annoyingly, it's the only PlayStation Hits game in my collection, and that is Until Dawn. I got this because I played it anyway. I streamed it with. Did we stream it? I was doing all game video series. I'm not sure, but I don't remember mine on his channel. But I obviously I never saw the disc to his disc, but this one has extended edition on the disc. Mine says DLC, but I'm not 100% sure. I don't know if the game came with DLC, but if you have Until Dawn and yours doesn't say extended edition, please let me know. And if it does say extended edition, please let me know what's on it, because I'm quite curious. But Until Dawn is one of them. It's one of the, I think for last generation, like Xbox One, PS4, it's one of the top horror games for that system. I'm trying to sort of see what horror games I've got, like non-VR ones anyway. Like Alien Isolation, fantastic VR game. What's that one fucking called? Laserfield was a good one. There was a few good horror games, but Until Dawn was visually fantastic and actually you wanted to continue playing it and try and fucking keep everyone alive. But obviously, 9 times if you're playing with others, you're lucky if everyone survived. But it's fantastic if you haven't played it, and it's a reasonable price now. Like I think even with P&P, I paid $9.95 from CX, so not too bad. I'll do the VR compatible games first, put the natural VR games. I'm trying to put these in order. First one is Radial G Racing Revolt. It's like Wipeout. It's best way to describe it. It's a Wipeout type game. It's pretty good. Obviously, it like Wipeout. I know that was pretty much straight away. It's VR compatible. I know with Wipeout, I think they eventually added VR mode, but it's which I've actually not tried Wipeout in VR. So at some point I'm going to try and do that. The next game I got, which is compatible with the VR, is... Now, part of me thinks, oh, I'm on this game, part of me is not 100% sure. And that is Zone of the Enders, the second runner. Mars. VR compatible, but it's basically this was originally a PS2 game. In my head, they redone it for the PS3, Xbox 360, but was in this. I know there's about 3 or 4 Zone of the Enders games. It looked like it, from what I saw, it looked similar to like a Dundum type game. I'm probably fucking wrong, but it's reasonable price and VR compatible. So, next 3 are basically required. You have to be able to play it, and the first one is the Persistence. This is like a stealth, for a stealth first-person horror type game. It's like, imagine if Metal Gear was first person and horror and VR, I guess. Look really good, look really interesting. And it seems like most of the games written now for VR are horror type games. Is that a bad thing? Not a bad thing. Next game is a game one of the games that I wanted to get with the VR, and it's one of the games I thought when I eventually get a VR I want to get, and it's made by one of my favourite companies, Rebellion, and that is Battlezone. I played when I got my VR headset, I actually played a demo of this, because I saw people play it at like event, which is for me VGX. It looks really good. The playing the demo, I was like, oh motors. When you're actually in the tank, it's like it's wrapped around you sort of thing. It's you don't realise how amazing VR is, especially like a proper experience like this. Until you won't realise how good it is until you play it. And I think this for me, one of my experiences that if you got a VR headset, you should have this. Whether you actually properly play it or you just use it as a tech demo, it's amazing. And the last game I got is basically the last Wolfenstein I needed for Xbox One PS4, but it's the only one I got for PS4. Because originally when I started getting the Wolfenstein games, I got like obviously New Old Bloods number 2 and Young Ones for Xbox One. But I was like, VR. There's this one, Cyber Pilot. It's VR. I was like, oh, so it's. I had to get it. I got a bit worried because when I saw a bit of gameplay on it, people had these sticks. I was like, oh mate, I can't play it on the sticks, like movement controllers. But like enough, they're compatible. You don't have to have them by the looks of it, but we had about it for me. It's the same grade, so I can actually sit down and play it. And from what when I've done a little bit of research on it, one of the things I wanted to do was I tried to see a rough length for it, and you're looking about I want an average time, but about an hour and a half. So this seemed more like a tech demo in Wolfenstein. It seems like from what because I played a bit of Doom VR. That seemed like from what I played compared to what I read for this, it's Doom does it better. But I truly won't know until I actually sit there and play it. Might stream it, might not. Let's see how things go. If there's enough people wanting me to stream it, I probably will. But it depends what you guys want. The last three games anyway are for the Xbox One, because I feel like the Xbox is getting not as much love as it deserves. So, when I started collecting, I was having my Xbox One, the compatible, the Xbox come back to its games. So I've done some 360, but it's got to a point where I had also on PS4, but I was playing so many games on the Xbox, I was like, I need to catch up with the PS4 games. Like buying getting some of them. So it's not just when it's the opposite. I still have so many PS4 games, I need to catch up with the fucking Xbox One games. It's strange. It's sort of leapfrogging each other sort of thing. Obviously now with my fucking VR, it's to me even worse. But I think what I'm gonna start doing is every time I order games, obviously every time I always have a budget when I order stuff. That's my budget for the month for games and DVDs and consoles, depending on how things go. So it's works out quite nice to mix your games, DVDs, and the console this month. So it's also away from my Xbox One collection. Now I'm trying to. I want to try the games that are either not. I don't know if the entire exclusive library, but enough exclusives to make it worthwhile me to keep taking for it. Because at the moment, I thought, if I fill in the gaps, obviously, like I've got some 2 WWE 2K games, or I'll do my last 2 more in Battlegrounds. That's done. What else? All of like fluff up, fill up my gaps. Realise I should be happy, but it's a collector. I don't want to. I want to sort of build not necessarily a massive collection, but at least a fucking solid collection for all these fucking systems I collect for. Some games I'm a little bit more picky than others. Like my N64, I've got 9 fucking games for. All boxed, which is fantastic, but it's on Vita, so I'm fucking in the ideal world, I'd have every fucking game. So it's very strange. But, back on track, the 3 games I've got, one is Shadow Warrior. Because even though this is, I've never actually played it. It's a cheaper game, but it's meant to be really good. It's made by Devolver, and Devolver a quite good, they are a good company. I think they do like Hotline Miami. I'm probably wrong, but it's that Recore. I had this once already. At the time I needed the most, I sold it. Obviously now a bit more financially stable. I can get it back, and I remember seeing the trailer for this. It looks good for me. I played the first 5 minutes of it. I personally really fantastic, but it needs a bit of timing on it. But it's for me starting off strong. The last game is finally I've got this game. I wasn't necessarily waiting for it to be like a decent price. It's just I never got it, and that is Gears 5. Still about halfway through Gears 4, so I need to finish that off. Then do this. but it's quite strange because in this he's got the Terminator Dark Fate. Strange. Yeah, this is the code, which this one I've already used, but it comes with the code for the DLC and 14 days Game Pass, which I haven't used yet. It came with 2 of them, right, and 2 lots of stickers, which I'll show you ones which were these. So two of each ones. I'm like, okay, that's quite cool. I was like, I bet it's like with codes, all the fun people use them. It's the I think the whole time I've been collecting, one other title DLC wise, which was I've got to find it was Destiny 2 Forsaken. It had like fucking 15-20 of DLC. Bloke from game went, the codes are there, might not work, but it's worth a try. Okay, got home, tried them, all worked. Yes. I was like, yes, but this, I was like, okay, there's 2 of each. So, like, 2 with the 14-day code, 2 with the DLC pack. I was like, there's a 50-50 chance of at least one of the codes working. I tried one of the DLC packs, which in the test really worked. Like straight. I typed in the code for the Game Pass, worked. I was like, I hope it was into family, it was Game Pass not my thing, so that worked. I was like, okay. I tried the other one, they work and all. So I got a spare 14 days Game Pass and DLC pack. Unfortunately, they expire in June, but if anyone wants them, let me know. It's there, but it's, yeah, I can't just sit down and probably play that. I bought show you the game, I ran on a bit about the DLC. It's another one of DVDs. So DVD, because we're in lockdown, I've been sort of buying DVDs. That's sort of keeps myself saying to watch between whatever. So now, all the DVDs I've got are things I wanted to watch and get into again, sort of thing. And I took me a while to get into each one. I do the one film I want to show you first. That is, I haven't watched this yet, but I picked it up because A, I wanted to watch it because it's meant to be a good film, and B, because the actors in it is really, I've got, as a red-blooded man, got a soft spot / a hard spot for. That is Scarlett Johansson in Ghost in a Shell. I love Scarlett Johansson. I think she's 4. But this is, bear in mind, I don't really do anime that much, so I've not seen the anime or this one, but it's meant to be a good adaptation of the anime. I know obviously hardcore anime fans would be like, no, it's dog shit, but it's, I'm only saying what I've personally heard. So at some point, I will watch that. Next thing I'm going to show you is I've been working my way through bit by bit like my superhero DVD collection. It got me thinking. I'm building up my TV DVD box set collection. So it got me thinking. I was like, I want to sort of so I don't have Netflix. I want to watch some of the Netflix TV shows, and it's very strange with some of them, including one I'll show you, will have 2 or 3 seasons, but only one of them on DVD, which is a good and bad thing, I think, because it's a good thing because if you don't have interest in it, you'll then subscribe to Netflix. So it's not a bad thing in that sense, but for people like me, it's annoying. but it's on sort of it's nice to try to watch some. I might not be able to watch all of it, but it's not too bad as well. If I don't like a series, I don't have to worry about fully committing because I'm not on DVD. But the first one on the stream is the first seasons of Jessica Jones. This is, from what I've been told, meant to be fantastic. Bear in mind, it was a YouTube series I watched. I bought the series on PlayStation stored, but it's not around anymore. But it was a series that used to go on YouTube called Comic Book Palace, and there's people that also collect comic books hardcore, and they loved this. So they highly recommend. They spoke highly about it. So for me, I think this is gonna be a strong start to sort of get into, and it's for a lot of the characters. It's like Jessica Jones, to my knowledge, she's not in none of the movies. I don't remember her being in any of the movies. Some characters, it's nice because Daredevil one or whatever, Green Lantern. Green Lantern had a film? I don't think any other film, but it's a lot of them. It's more character development for a character you love, sort of thing, which is nice. And one of my favourite comic book films is The Watchmen comic film. Not people. I think not enough people speak about it, which is, I think it's unfair because it is a fantastic film. If you're not watching Watchmen and you're a comic book fan, watch it. But HBO done a limited series, that's what it's in the case, of Watchmen. This, from what I've quite curious of that, will there be a season 2? I've not watched this yet, but just in case, sort of thing, will there be a season 2? Apparently, the one. So this, as it stands right now, will be the only season of Watchmen. So I've got high hopes for this. Like I said, I loved the film. And if this is, even though the quarter as good as that film is, this will be good. I know a lot of people, from what I saw, moaned about it because they're like, oh, how can you call it a Watchmen film when none of the Watchmen are in it? I'm like, I can understand that. But it's I'm trying to think of another example. I'm trying to think of fucking games. I can't think of it. But it's in that universe sort of thing. But it's, I don't know. I think that you can't please everyone basically. Last three things I'm going to show you, which I'm actually quite pleased about these, to be fair, is, now, when I was younger, I used to watch Star Trek. Don't judge. I stuck to, I think it was Enterprise. I think. It's been so long, I don't remember. Well, doing like research. So recently I've been working my way from my DVDs, like watching them wise. One of the things I watched was the entire season of Big Bang Theory. I love the Big Bang Theory. Not everyone likes it, or not a lot of people got sort of bored halfway, which I don't understand why they would understand that. But me as a hardcore fan, I love Big Bang Theory, all of it. And if you watch Big Bang Theory, you know Will Wheaton's in it. And William Shatner's fake experience. Which made me think I wanted to watch Star Trek because the more I kept seeing his character, it made me think a lot more. So what I've done was obviously put some, pardon, some trouble to start off with in my Hearts and CX website, based on a wish list, and I got these 3, which are the original. See, I got the original series remastered. It was the season 1, season 2, and season 3. Now, I'm happy for a couple of reasons. Only because it's nice to have in my collection, being a nerd / and a collector of things. But I think one of them was about 5-6 quid, one of them was about 6 quid, one of them was about 7-8 quid. I was like, okay, not too bad, but also the way I looked at the picture and CX, I thought it was going to be like a similar sort of taste to that. So what's then? Real thin, like 3-4 discs. No, each one is just fucking. They're like 8 discs. They're about like the shortest one is season 3 at 24 episodes, but they're fucking thick. The shortest season is about 21 hours. The longest is about 23 hours. So I think overall I'm quite happy with that. Plus like the fucking special features and shit like that. So that's basically me starting off back onto Star Trek, and it being the original one. Yeah. I know really it's not really in total. You can watch Enterprise on its own, then go back to the original series, and then move on to Discovery. It's, well, as far as I know anyway. I know the movies, in a sense, you don't watch. Well, I think you can watch the movies on their own. But yeah, I think it'd be nice to. It's nice to watch the TV series with them. Because I got some of the films. It's nice to have a TV series is to go along with them. So that is the video on my pickups. I think it's still one of my longest videos, like pickup wise. I think me rambling don't fucking help, to be fair. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, subscribe, comment. I'd like to know what film wise, which DVDs would you like to know more information about? And the games, which games would you recommend me playing first? Because obviously I love to hear back from you guys, and it's nice a bit of communication in the community. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope to sort of see you soon. Night, guys.